G'day guys, James, Director of All Access Holidays here. Just wanted to say a brief g'day and also address some questions that we've been getting. You've probably noticed in this series that I've been going through some different ones. Some of them I'll try to put in shorts on YouTube. This one's going to be a bit longer today, simply because it's a bit of a broader topic, I suppose. And also, if anyone wants to leave a comment down below, add to what I've said. If I've missed anything out, please feel free to do so. That would be great. Okay, so the question that we often get from families and support coordinators is, what makes your support workers different? Why are your support workers good? And I want to answer that question by broadening it out a bit so it doesn't make it specific to us, because I think that would be a bit more interesting. So the question is, what makes a good support worker? Again, comments, anything you want to leave, let me know. Now, I've worked in the disability industry for over 20 odd years now, and I have certainly met people in the industry that should not be trusted to tie their own shoelaces, to be perfectly candid. I've also met a number of people out there that are brilliant support workers. They're caring, compassionate, they go above and beyond, and they're exactly the right people that you want to have in the industry. The care industry, the care sector, like any other sector, is going to get its bad apples. Most carers are pretty decent, I find. But yeah, there's always going to be one or two that are going to, I suppose, give the caring industry a bit of a bad name. And that's just the way it is, unfortunately. Common sense. Common sense is not so common anymore. I don't know who said that, but it's certainly true. I've seen some terrible decisions made by support workers in the past that have absolutely nothing to do with common sense. So if you have a support worker, if you're going to be a support worker, if you want to be a support worker, okay, you're in a privileged position, it's a great job. Make sure that you have common sense, okay? If you don't have it, I'm not sure how you can get it, but hopefully you do have it, so that won't be an issue. Clock watching, nothing worse than a carer that constantly watches the clock. Someone that's more interested in the time than they are in their client's well-being. Look, there are a lot of jobs in Australia. If you don't want to be working in the care industry, don't work in it. If you're just constantly watching the clock because you want to go home, because you don't want to be in a resi, if you don't want to be working with people, just don't do it. Go and get a job somewhere else, okay? Don't clock watch. It's not cool. The amount of times I've seen support workers out, sat at coffee tables, scrolling on their phone, whilst their client is basically staring into the abyss, is countless. And it's a terrible representation of our industry. I know most people don't do it, okay, but just be really mindful of that if you are a support worker. You have to be caring and you have to be compassionate, okay? There's just such basic precepts that you need, basic concepts that you should have to work in the care industry. If you don't care and you're not compassionate, it's kind of like being a hairdresser that is scared of scissors, or a hairdresser that doesn't like hair. It just makes no sense. Like, why are you even in the industry? Okay, so again, if you're not, that's fine, but just don't work in care, okay, because it's obviously not suited to you. I'm a dad. I've got three boys. I also deliver as a support worker. I've delivered a lot of care in the past. One of the things that I try and keep in my head is, if one of my sons was being cared for, or if one of my relatives, or one of my friends, how would I want them to be treated? Obviously, you would want them to be treated well. And I think that's something that's really important that you have to think about if you're a support worker. Just because you might be the only person with your client, and you may be having a bad day, whatever, it doesn't matter. You've still got to treat that person like you would want one of your relatives to be treated, Okay, we're in a privileged position, as I said before. Okay, it's a great job, and that's something to always try and keep in the forefront of your mind. And last but not least, again, welcome to leave comments, is a sense of humour. The amount of times I've seen support workers that look like they're about to sort of take a long walk off a short bridge is countless. Okay, they don't look like they want to be there. They look like they want to be somewhere else. They look down, whatever. I get it. People have bad days. Okay, but generally you should have a good sense of humor. It's not only good for your soul, but it's also a lot better for the people that you work with. Anyway, look, these are some of my ideas. There are definitely other qualities that good support workers can have. Leave any comments that you've got. Feel free to email us. Feel free to send me a DM on here and let me know as well. And yeah, I'll see you again. Bye.